All right, so how do we go about losing weight? That is the question. It's what brought you here. So I'm going to show you how to start, or at least the first step. First, you want to determine how many calories it is you need to eat, right, in order to lose weight. It's very simple. If I want to give you one easy sentence on how to lose weight, it's very simple. Eat less calories than you take in during the day. That's simple, right? So you want to figure out how many calories to eat in a day in order to lose weight, right? So first you want to figure out how many calories your body burns in a day. If you're doing nothing at all, that's your basal metabolic rate. That's how many calories your body's burning if you're sitting down or sleeping or resting, what have you. If you're active, then you're going to be doing a bit more. You're going to lose a little more calories, right? But if you're doing nothing, how many calories are you burning in a day? There's all sorts of formulas in order to do that. If you Google online the formula, it'll tell you depending on your age, depending on your height, depending on your blood type, etc., etc. I'm going to tell you the easy way. Take how much you weigh and put a 0 at the end of it. It's that simple, okay? So I weigh 280 pounds. I put a 0 at the end of it. That's 2,800. So now we want to figure out how many calories. Okay, so now you know how many calories do you take to eat. So however much you weigh, whatever that might be, 200, 300, 250, whatever, put a 0 at the end of it, okay? That's how many calories you eat in a day in order to maintain, all right? Now, if you want to know how to lose weight, it's very simple. You just eat less than that. How much less, you might ask? A common number, the socially accepted number, is 600 calories under your maintenance weight. So if I eat 2,800 and I want to lose weight, then I'm going to eat 2,200 and I will gradually lose weight. Now, some people will cut that in half, 1,400 calories a day, right? That's not enough. There's a certain amount that your body needs in order to maintain function, in order to have your brain function, in order to have your organs function. See, this is what those calories are doing, by the way. You're not just fueling your stomach, you're fueling your heart, your lungs, your pancreas, your liver, your brain, your eyes. Okay, these things also need calories. So you want them to continue to exist, right? The thing you want to lose is the fat. I know, I understand that. So you have to slowly trick your body into getting rid of the fat, right? So the way to do that is to eat at a little bit of a deficit. And sorry, somebody was IMing me, and I had to exit out that. I'm going to have to remember to do that in the future. So, anyways, in order to lose weight, we eat at a deficit of 600 to 500 calories. Okay, now we want to talk a little bit about how that should be composed of. Protein, carbohydrates, fats. These are the macronutrients that we're going to eat. The carbohydrates help with energy, the protein builds the muscle, and the fat actually provides a lot of the building blocks for your hormones in the body. So you need all three of these in order to function, in order to survive, in order to live, and also in order to be sane. You'd be surprised. I mean, I'm sure you've dieted before and you feel crazy, right? Angry, volatile, etc. Well, this has to do with the hormones you're eating. So here's how we figure it out. Okay, we take the total number that we have as a deficit, 2,200 calories, right? We've taken how much I need during the day, minus 600, now we're at 2,200. And we want to find out how much protein, how much fat, and how much carbohydrates we should eat during the day. So protein and carbohydrates are going to be the same, all right? It's very easy. We just take 40% of that number, of the 2,200, and that's going to be how many protein we're going to eat. We take that same number, and that's how much carbohydrates we're going to eat. And then the remaining 20% is going to come from fat. So we can play with this number a little bit as we progress through, and we'll find a way for the diet to really work for us. But this is the common, little to no thought, easy way to get started. So 2,200 times 40% is 880. That's how many calories from protein, as well as how many calories from carbohydrates. And then the remainder is going to be 440 calories, and that's how many is going to come from fat. Now, the final step is to figure that out in grams. 1 gram of protein is 4 calories, 1 gram of carbohydrates is 4 calories, and 1 gram of fat is 9 calories. So we take the numbers 880 and 440 and we divide. So for protein and carbohydrates, to discover how many grams, we take 880 and we divide it by 4, giving us a grand total of 220. And for fat, we take the number of, let's see, 440, and we divide that by 9, and that comes to a grand total of 48.8. So with these numbers, we know how many grams of protein and how many grams of fat we should be eating. So we should be getting 220 grams of protein, 220 grams of carbohydrates, and 220 grams of fat. Now, I know, there's a lot of math, and it's a lot to take out of the video. So I'm actually going to put the math in the description box so that you have that. I'll give you a brief walkthrough. You'll see the numbers I have, and you should be able to fill out the diet yourself. And again, if you can't figure it out yourself, if you're having some trouble, if you feel like maybe it's too much or it's too little, then that's fine. Email me. Send me an email. Tell me how much you weigh currently, how old you are, what your height is, and I will tell you how many calories you should eat in a day, how many grams of protein, how many grams of carbohydrates, and how many grams of fat you should be eating in order to achieve your goal. Don't be lazy. Don't just skip ahead. And I know some of you are going to, and fine. Obviously, I'm not really going to know, but if I see that my watches don't go up, then obviously you're not watching the video. So shame on you for not doing the work, okay? But try. You'll find it's really easy if you just do that little bit of math that I told you. Add a 0, you subtract 600, then you divide, and you do some multiplication. And this is all stuff you learned in elementary school, so hopefully you can do it. If you have any trouble with it, again, email me, and I'd be happy to help you through it. I'm going to talk to you a little bit more tomorrow about how to count your calories, different ways to do it. I'm also going to talk to you about how to read a nutrition label. Very, very important, because that's where everything's going to come from. This weekend, I'm going to show you guys how to plan for the week, how to meal plan, how to meal prep to save yourself a ton of time and a ton of questions and a ton of hassle. And then I'm going to show you guys how to create a exercise plan. That's going to be something that's going to be real easy, just to kind of get you started, get you moving, get you going. I'm not going to have you doing something crazy. It's going to be real easy stuff. Like I said, you'd be surprised at how easy this weight loss stuff is once you get through it, once you get started on it. So again, if you have any questions, email me, and we'll get started soon. Alrighty.